She will give birth to her 6th child in 2 weeks. 6 indeed. Additionally, Jessa Duggar just released a video that is a mix of an unintentional medical conspiracy theory, a packed vlog, and a confession of pain. And believe us, supporters are looking on with one eyebrow up. Because Jessa's simple medical bag isn't the most startling thing when she begins nonchalantly discussing spinal nerve injury. Welcome back to The Fame, where we explore the largest families on reality TV, their private conflicts, and the realities they hardly ever utter aloud. We're breaking down Jessa Seawald's most recent video today. And believe us, this goes beyond lip balm and deodorant. Let's begin. Thus, the video begins quite simply. With her toddler George babbling in the background, Jessa, who is clearly pregnant and just over 2 weeks away from giving birth, is shown holding a Cliff Bar in her yard. It looks like it's time to pack the hospital bag, so she's going to the shed to get a duffel bag. At last. Additionally, if you're, wait, isn't this her 6th child? By now, doesn't she have a system in place? No, because Jessa claims that she consistently waits until the last minute to pack. Traditional. Fans stop scrolling though, because of what follows. Jessa revealed something unexpected while joking that her pregnancy was going so nicely. She has been experiencing severe discomfort in her sciatic nerve, not merely sporadic pains. She claims that this pregnancy has been worse than any of her previous 4 pregnancies. Then, she states, I had an epidural for Fern's delivery and George's as well. I believe my spine was affected in some way by the epidural. Hold on, what? For lifelong fans, this is a warning sign wrapped in a surprise, but to those outside the Duggar universe, it may seem like a casual remark. You know, Jessa comes from a very conservative household that frequently idealizes natural childbirth. Additionally, even though Jessa has always seemed a little more contemporary, choosing hospital, she continued to walk the tightrope between medical science and crunchy motherhood, but with deliveries rather than full-fledged home midwifery. Fans pay attention when she discusses the potential long-term harm from an epidural because she leans in and doesn't just bring it up once. She explains that she had severe sciatica in the 3rd trimester ever since the anesthesiologist missed the place the first time during both epidural efforts, and had to remove the needle and try again. Jessa even acknowledges that she discussed it with a chiropractor, and the chiropractor didn't brush it off. Something might have been inflamed back there, he told her. She acknowledges, however, that one of her sister-in-laws experiences sciatica as well, despite never having received an epidural. However, the harm has already been done. Fans are starting to have their doubts about whether Jessa will permanently stop using medicated brids. And can you really blame her? However, in typical Duggar fashion, Jessa doesn't think about her spine for too long. She makes a rapid turn. We're in full nesting mode. She has been making shelves for the church nursery, cleaning, and lifting her toddler, who weighs 30 pounds. Indeed, constructing shelves while 38 weeks pregnant. Does this explain why her sciatica is becoming worse? However, her approach to birth preparation has evolved with time, which is maybe the most relevant aspect of this video. She now only wants the necessities. The days of carefully chosen hospital music and Instagram-worthy hospital gowns are long gone. Lip balm, deodorant, a toothbrush and a hairbrush. Perhaps a nightgown or robe. Not soothing ocean sounds or candles, please. She chuckles. I used to bring so much stuff. I don't even bring a pillow anymore. Longtime viewers are forced to pause at this point, because you will recall the extremely regimented, meticulously branded picture of Duggar motherhood, if you have followed Jessa since her debut with 19 children and counting. Clean nurseries, chore schedules, norms about humility, and an implicit push to be the ideal woman according to Proverbs 31. Now, however, Jess is standing in a shed, packing 2 changes of clothes into a second-hand duffel bag, and worrying about brown recluse spiders scuttling into her storage bins. That picture of flawlessness is long gone. And to be honest, that's a little refreshing. Let's now discuss the deodorant. Really, yes. Like any good influencer mother, Jessa takes a time to promote a brand of refillable deodorant that doesn't use plastic. She describes the insert method, displays the packaging, and shares her Jessa 20 discount code. Indeed, there are people who scoff at the abrupt change in tone while discussing potential spinal injuries, and then switching to coconut vanilla scent refills. However, this is also a component of Jessa's subdued rebranding. She is more than simply the Duggar daughter, who silently carries on the family tradition. She is a minimalist entrepreneur who freely discusses her body, her discomfort, and yes, her preferred deodorant without aluminum. The fact that she is collaborating with a contemporary environmentalist. That's no accident, brand. It's somewhat brilliant and well-planned. However, this is where the situation becomes even more intriguing. Jess is packing more than just her personal belongings. After 5 full pregnancies, she is sharing the one baby product she still uses religiously. Let's also assume that she has opinions about what is overvalued, what is really pointless, and what she will never give up, whatever its flaws. Did we also add that she hasn't decided on a baby name yet? Yes, we're just beginning to. Let's now discuss nesting. You're not thinking Duggar-level nesting if you assumed nesting meant arranging diapers and folding onesies. Jess has been working on a major project. Cleaning baseboards, repairing paint, sweeping air vents, and while she waits, trimming her plants. She accurately states at one point that it has nestled the entire nest, and is now sitting on it. She even acknowledges that at 39 weeks, she is open to the possibility of an elective induction, something she's never carried out previously. However, the sciatica is making her reconsider. On certain days, she is prepared to schedule the appointment. On other days, she believes she can persevere. To be honest, we're not sure what better way to describe any pregnant lady in the last 2 weeks of her pregnancy than that. Jessica gives a brief TED Talk about her favorite mother life accessories, just as you think the video is about to an end. The most important item on the list is a diaper trash bin that doesn't contaminate the house. She insists on a slide-top stainless steel one. Cover. It's not the prettiest thing, but after changing 10,000 diapers, you start to demand results and lose interest in appearance. She also enjoys receiving diapers and wipes every month as part of her Every Life subscription, which she feels is of excellent quality and goal. In order to avoid contaminating someone else's home, there are also diaper sacks for on-the-go disposal. Thoughtful and truthful. We adore witnessing it. Added that she utilized a portable breast pump after she eventually left a baby home for a women's conference with dad. Was it successful? Indeed. Was it a complex emotional situation? Yes too. Nevertheless, she persevered. The most relatable mother confession of all may follow. A Hatch infant sound machine disciple, Jessa was originally skeptical about sound machines. At first she resisted, didn't want to rely on it for her children. But after whispering like a burglar after sleep and slinking past dinner guests, she finally gave in. She now has them in each room. The warm yellow glow at night, the 7:30 a.m. green light, and the heavenly white noise to muffle the commotion. This device is essentially a plastic version of a sleep wizard. You can see why this is important if you've ever tried to get a baby to sleep during a family get-together. We have discussed diapers. We have discussed deodorant. Let's now discuss window coverings. Yes, Jessa pauses to extol the virtues of her Blindster twin-layer blackout blinds. And why is this important, you may be asking? However, in Duggar, this is a subtle revolt world. Keep in mind that this family brought up their kids with an up-and-coming mentality, bright overhead lights and early mornings. However, Jess is now acknowledging that she enjoys being able to turn out all light in order to have a good night's sleep. For herself, not just the baby. Both a blackout layer and a light filtering mode are included with the blinds. They're svelte. No frills, no drapes. Simple, effective, and useful. Maybe a metaphor. Because Jess appears to be dragging down, just like the blinds, concealing the cacophony and putting a veil over a more conventional life, both in a literal and figurative sense. A basic Bluetooth baby monitor is also on her list of essentials. It is a basic, low-cost screen from Amazon that is neither Wi-Fi nor app-connected. She only needs a way to verify if her baby is asleep without waking them up, not AI warnings or heart rate graphs. Going back to the basics can sometimes bring peace of mind, not simply a choice. Additionally, in a household where everything is supposed to be larger, simplicity is a silent revolution that is louder and broadcast on television. One of the video's most endearing scenes features Jessa displaying a page from George's Big Brother book. He has a favorite line. I was a baby once too, but today I'm big in my abilities. Let the hearts of all parents melt. Although Jessa gently makes fun of him for colliding with strollers, there is a very genuine truth to the joke. George is maturing quickly, and this new baby will cause another change in the family dynamic. With George is only 18 months old, so the age difference is close. A different sort of tie and a different kind of disorder are brought about by that intimacy. Jessa, though, seemed unfazed. She has previously done this. Don't assume that Jessa's nesting phase ended with laundry and packing. She has already trimmed her plant leaves, vacuumed the air vents, touched up the baseboard paint, and thoroughly cleaned the baseboards. Plants, indeed. This isn't nesting. This is the preparation for militara. Here's the problem, though. Jess isn't cleaning madly, due of her anxiety. She's doing it because she's finally found her flow and rhythm. She has been doing chores every day, running the dishwasher every night, and keeping up with the laundry, all of which are helping her feel prepared. In fact, she makes a joke about sitting on the nest right now. The fact that this is still a mother getting ready to meet her new child beneath the minimalist bags, the pacifier jokes, and the product links makes it kind of lovely. And the weight of that never gets old. This is a twist. This time, Jess is thinking about getting induced, even though she has never done so before. It's quite normal, according to her doctor. Jessa acknowledges that she is apprehensive about the 39-week induction that many mothers choose. She's ready to be done on days when she has acute sciatica. Make the appointment. Come on. On her good days, though, she questions whether she will be able to persevere on her own. It's a struggle between control and surrender, between suffering and endurance. To be honest, it's a moment that all mothers can identify with. Since the last several weeks of pregnancy has mental as well as physical effects. You're keeping track of kicks, days, and the intervals between back pains. Then it's baby time and you blink. Let's move on to the topic of conversation, the baby's name. They haven't got one, spoiler alert. Jessa and Ben have only discussed names 3 times in total, even though the baby is due in a few days. They have 2 strong candidates, but they haven't made a decision, she says. Furthermore, the middle name is not even near. This might be shocking. Some people, although this is somewhat on brand if you are familiar with the Duggar pattern. Many Duggar couples do not decide on names until after the baby is born, frequently putting baby C. Walder or baby Duggar on the hospital bassinet card until it seems appropriate. Jessa acknowledges that she now despises the majority of the names she liked as a teenager. They therefore start again each time, without a theme, a recycled list, or any pressure. Fans are still split. Some claim that it is true, unforced, emotional, and authentic. Others consider it irresponsible. Shouldn't they be more adept at this by now? Considering this is baby number 6? Perhaps that's the point, though. Perhaps becoming the ideal Duggar parents is no longer the goal. Even if that means winging it all the way to the hospital, perhaps it's about doing things their way. What did the video of Jessa's medical bag actually teach us? To be honest, a lot. It was more than simply deodorant and swaddles. This was about a woman who was 6 children into parenting and talked candidly about her pain, peace, packing, and pressure. It was about giving up ideal plans. It was about changing expectations and questioning medical presumptions, such as whether epidurals might have long-term repercussions. It was about adopting minimalism for its own sake, not because it's in style. Above all, it had to do with identity. Jessa Duggar Seawald is no longer merely the 3rd oldest of the Duggar family's daughters. She is not the adolescent girl on TLC who follows Michelle while wearing long skirts. She is an adult, a mother of. Born into a fundamentalist family at the age of 5 or almost 6, she is also a quiet rebel who is reinventing motherhood according to her own standards. She's creating a new narrative with each sleeper she packs and shell she constructs, and it's entertaining to watch. Recap of the lightning round. Jessa Duggar will give birth to her 6th child in a few weeks. She is packing like a minimalist mom who has seen it all, and is getting rid of the extras. She thinks that the sciatica pain she experienced after her epidurals may have been caused by erecting eyebrows. Although she is still unsure, she is considering induction at 39 weeks. Indeed, she and Ben have yet to decide on a name. What do you think then? Is Jessa at risk for epidural damage? Is it dangerous to pack so little? Or should more mothers follow her minimalist example? And Mama, are you going with the flow or have you already decided on a name? We read all of them, so please share your thoughts in the comments. Remember to hit the bell, like, and subscribe so you don't miss any Duggar drama, as well as reality television. Stay amazing until then, Celebrity Fam.